Front Row Promotions, and we have Mickey Lyxx in the house. Welcome, Mickey. How are you?
I'm pretty good. How about you?
I'm doing well. Thank you very, very much. I couldn't wait to have you here on the show. I just wanted to first start off and say my co-host Candy Burton could not make it tonight. She's under the weather a little bit, but she sends her love, and she has a request for you coming up. So she says welcome as well.
Sweet, sweet. I'm so excited to be here.
Awesome, awesome. So I have plenty of questions, a whole bunch of questions for you, and then we have a fun segment as we call off topic segment. So
Awesome.
yes. So first of all, I want to start off with how long have you been a musician?
So I have been a musician playing guitar for 6 years now.
Oh, okay. Okay. So is your family are musically inclined? How did you get your start?
So my dad he's played guitar since he was like around 12. And growing up, he fell in love with it. Same with I'm very much like my dad in that sense. But so he ended up making his own storefront, selling guitars, and he was big. And then he sold it all off to when I was born and stuff. And I never really picked it up until like around age 12. There were always guitars in the house. There was always Van Halen playing. And I was finally just like, all right, I think I'll do it. So he was my motivator for it.
Oh. So he was the one who got you into it, got you started, got you your start.
I would say so, yeah.
Awesome. Now, did you say he played guitar as well?
He does, yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. That's great. Let me see. How many guitars do you have? That's what I wanted to know. How many guitars do you have? There's too many to count.
So that is the problem. Is me and my dad are collectors. So I can roughly say it's over 50.
Oh, that's so cool.
It's a lot. I want to soon show a lot what I have. Most of them are Charvels, just because I love Charvel, and I'm so proud to rep Charvel. The fact that I'm endorsed by them is insane. So it's just like any chance I get to rep Charvel, I will. So that's why most of my collection Charvel.
Awesome, awesome. Sounds good. I don't know a lot about guitars, but I would like to. I know when I first started seeing some guitars back in my day, BC Rich looked pretty awesome. The way the shape was, I think Blackie Lawless plays that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. And that it was black with some kind of red trim on it. It was so cool looking. And then I like the Flying V's. Oh, there's just so many. Which one's your favorite?
So out of all the Charvels, I think I'm a big dinky guy. I just love the body. This isn't a dinky. It's not, but I still love this thing.
Yes.
This is just your average Sam Demas, but it's like all shiny and stuff.
I like it.
Dinky behind me. Yeah. So for instance, this guitar is dinky. It's the same, it's a Strat body, but it's contoured more for what I like as far as the contours here, and then it's just the reach is farther up here and there. This is my preferred shape of guitar. It's usually normal Strat shape, but it's just so comfortable for me, and I've gotten so used to it that it feels a little weird.
That's cool. Now that silver guitar, it has some glitter in it, doesn't it? I love glitter.
It does. Yeah, this is Charvel's new super stock model that they only make a certain amount of pieces of, and so the second I saw it, I was like, "Oh, I want that." So it looks great. Cool. I've done photos with it already. It's just amazing.
That's amazing. I love that. Yeah, I love that. I love silver, and I love the glitter with that. Perfect. So who inspired you to play the guitar, musical musical person? I know you said your dad, but who else?
All right. So this is where I think I could definitely go on here and on if you're cool with that.
Sure. Yeah, yeah.
So, well, I would say at an early age, Van Halen was always on, so I was always huge into Van Halen. Just no matter what, I think he is probably my biggest guitar inspiration, just because it's Eddie Van Halen. It's the stuff I grew up listening to, and that's what I love about it. As far as like as I started playing guitar, someone who really caught my eye and ear was Warren DeMartini of Rat. I
Oh
feel like
yeah.
not very many people know this about me, but he is one of my hugest influences. I
Oh,
love Warren, love him.
that's yeah. I love his
And then
style.
funny enough, growing up, my dad found out about them, and then I started listening to them, and I really ended up loving them. And this was before I even played guitar. And who would have thought was Jackie Vincent, Falling in Reverse.
Oh, nice. Yes.
So
Oh,
when I ended up eventually he ended up becoming my teacher, and then we started working together. It was just and I now look at him as a very good friend. So it's funny to like see someone who's like I looked up to as a kid is now like one of my a close friend of mine.
oh, that is so cool. That is
But
so
so
cool.
like I've said, he's someone who I loved working with. Another person who I love and I idolize. No, he's just so talented. And he's on some of my songs. Is Mark DiCarlo.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He's so naturally gifted and talented. It's insane.
Um,
I couldn't express to you how the music just comes to him. It's just working with him. You're just sitting there and you're like, how'd you come up with this?
right.
But
Yeah.
so and he was someone I've met about my dad always knew, but I got to finally meet him like a year and a half ago, and ever since he's such a pleasure to work with, and he inspires me with how he just picks apart he's able to just pick things just out of the random and make them sound so good, and he's just so talented.
Oh,
So
that's
he's
so
someone like that. And then I just have little like more like smaller idols. Like one person I met was like Nuno Betancourt. Like I got to meet him. I always loved his work. He
yes.
phenomenal guitar player. I got to meet Vi, another great guitar player.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, there's so many guitarists that I could just ramble on and on about. But I would say like those are like my main. Eddie Van Halen, Warren DeMartini, Nuno Betancourt, Paul Gilbert, Ingrid Malmsteen,
Yes.
Jason Becker. The list goes on. I'm not going to bore everyone with this, but let's just say I have a lot.
That's good. That's good. So you have a major list of who they are. Yeah, I see some of the style of Eddie Van Halen in there, and with your certain wave with your hand over top of the other one, and it goes all over. How you make it look so easy that.
it's just the tapping. It's just a matter of just kind of getting used to it. But after a while, it kind of becomes muscle memory.
It just comes natural to you. Yes. Once you get down the basics, I understand, and then you throw in your style.
Exactly. I always got taught, especially with Jackie, where you take all your styles and you put them into one big pot. You mix them, and then out comes what you have.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's always what I approach to it, and like I can definitely see it in my playing of like I can see inspirations of like, okay, this player did this, and that's why I do that, or like, and then eventually you end up creating your own things that make you unique.
Right. It makes it unique. Makes
Yeah.
it you. Right. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's so cool. I love that. What is your favorite song to play, like from Eddie Van Halen or the other ones, other musicians?
All right. So just off the Van Halen question.
Yes.
Oof, that's a good one. Lately, I feel like the band has been jamming on Fire, so I've been having fun playing that. Just a whole lead of like that whole build up. I love that, and it's just especially like that cut into like it's something about that song is just like, I remember the first time we rehearsed it, I was just like, ooh, this is gonna be good. This is gonna be good. So I would say, as far as Van Halen goes, that is probably just, and especially like people who are real Van Halen fans, they hear that song and they get excited, and you can see in the audience who's like, this song is good, and then the people who are like, oh shit, they're doing this song.
And just when that song comes out, you're like, this is the one. This is the one.
Yeah, exactly. As far as not Van Halen goes, trying to think, because there's so many songs that like we, because we do covers and originals, so it's always. It seems lately we keep doing Don't Tell Me You Love Me, and that seems to be going over very well every time.
Oh, okay.
And that always has that cool intro. It's just so fun to play. As far as original goes,
that's so cool. Eruption. Mm-hmm.
I love playing Eruption. I play it every gig, so it's always a staple.
Oh, okay. So it's like a practice thing to you since you do it all the time. Can we hear some of that? Can we send that out to Candy?
I'm sorry?
Can we send that song Eruption out to Candy? Since she couldn't make it, she wanted to be here to see you.
All right. Yep. I got you.
Okay. Right, okay, Candy, this is for you.
I hope she's watching. All right.
Okay. Damn, that is amazing. That is awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
You are welcome. You are welcome. Love that. I grew up too, and that's my favorite song too. I used to have that as my ringtone. But now I'm going to put Lyxx as my ringtone. Yeah, Candy's just texting in, and she said, she said he sounds better than Eddie Van Halen.
Oh, that's how I said thank you. If she's watching, thank you.
Oh, he said thank you. And she also has a question. She asked if that is George Lynch's guitar in the background, the yellow and black one.
Yellow and black. Oh, this is this is actually Satchel from Steel Panther. Although it does look like one of George Lynch's models, I can see that.
Oh, okay. Did you say Steel Panther? Because it was cutting out.
Yeah, it's Satchel from Steel Panther.
Steel Panther. Okay. Oh, I gotcha. I have some more questions for you. Oh, I can listen to your music all night long, Mickey. I'm telling you, it's amazing. I love it. The song Forza. I'm going to play that video in just a few minutes. What is that about? Can you tell me?
Yeah. So I had this talk recently, and I think it's always cool when I write a lot of my songs. When you don't write lyrics, it's different. And I think it's always cool to experience the best of both worlds. But when you don't write about lyrics, it's never truly as much of a meaning as it is a theme. And so
Okay.
when I write instrumentals, I like to do more themes. So for instance, Fester is very, like Asylum-y and stuff like that, whereas Forza is very about, speed and cars and all like that.
Right.
And like, I'm throwing in like Formula One samples because, why not? It's fun too. But so that song was very much about speed and just getting, it's almost like treating the guitar as like as like a race car where everything needs to be precise, technique, accurate. And that's why I made that song about like that whole type of vibe.
I love it. It's that one, and that the one that is let me come by. It was 1849? No,
Yeah.
what does that stand for? What does that mean?
It's a very like small meaning, but I was writing that song for a while, and so I was writing it and just writing it and writing it. And I remember one day I was hanging out with a friend and I'm just sitting there. This is not the correct tuning, this guitar, but the guitar at the time I was sitting around and I started playing it. And I just kept looping it because I don't know, it's stuck in my head. And he goes, that's kind of cool. It's like Gold Rushy. Like I like it. It sounds like very like around that whole like Gold Rush time. And I was like, oh, that's a good idea. And like I knew it was gonna be a more bluesy one, but like as soon as he said that, I was like, why didn't I think of that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that
I just love that.
Yeah, and then as I got the Gold Rush theme, I'm like, well, it was like prime time was like 1849, so I was like, boom, there we go, song title, done.
Oh, I do. I love that. My co-host is going to chime in here. I got to send her the link. If you bear with me for a moment.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Let me see here. I got to figure all this stuff out. I'm not very computer savvy, so.
Okay, neither am I.
Oh, okay. There we go. Hang on just a moment. Okay. There you go. Play us something. All right. Okay. Okay. She'll be in just a few minutes.
All good.
And yeah, she has coming in. So, what's that feeling like when you're up on the stage and you're performing all of that, heavy guitar shrilling sounds? What does the crowd do?
It's fun to witness the crowd at these shows because they're all very into it and they're all cool. But
right,
I think what makes a performer is how you interact. How you appear on stage, how you do off stage. Your craft, how you can move an audience, and so it's always fun to like when you can get the audience into it. For instance, like one of our shows like months ago, we were playing a small club, Katie's, which we love playing Katie's. It's so much fun, and the place is packed. And in the front row, we have this like mob of like maybe 10 to 15 girls, and so we're like, let's play, and we always do a Racer X song. We do Technical Difficulties, which like has this part in it that's like. It's like very heavy, and it's like you wouldn't picture like your average like. I'm gonna play Racer X, like, but we had about 15 girls just full-blown headbanging to Racer X.
Wow.
And I'm just sitting there, I'm like sitting playing, and I'm just like, oh my god. Like,
yeah.
what are we doing? And it was
something
cool
right.
to see. But like, you get these interaction, like that same gig too, we're having these like group of just teenage girls like singing us Jailbreak. It's like, who would have thought,
Exactly. I mean, they love that stuff. and headbanging is where it's at, and you playing that, oh my god, whatever guitar you play up there on that stage that night, you move people. You really do. You really do.
Thank
Now,
you.
you're welcome. Now, Candy is in the house. Candy, welcome to the show.
Hey, yeah, it's going to be a brief one. I'm
Okay.
still very much under the weather right now, but I just wanted to chime in. I didn't want to miss out on, saying hi to Mickey. Oh my God, I really do think that you shred way better than Eddie Van Halen. Like, holy crap.
Thank you.
Wow. I mean, in 18, you're 18, am I right?
I am 18. Yep.
18, and you can shred
Wow.
better than Eddie Van Halen. Like, wow.
I know, right?
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Absolutely. So on that subject, I just wanted to know, like, I did see the interview so far, and you mentioned that Eddie was one of the most influential, guitar players that sort of got you, inspired you to do what you do. So I'm wondering how life was, after we lost Eddie. Like, what was going through your mind? What were your thoughts, and how did you take all that?
It was, to say the least, it was, well, not to say, it was a shell shock. It was like a what?
Yeah.
It was, I think now that he's gone, it's just like the guitar community has come so much together and missing such an icon and an idol.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone loves Eddie Van Halen. Everyone does. And just seeing, like, you think of Eddie Van Halen as a god almost. I do. So it's
Yeah.
like when he died, it's like, he can die? Like, it was, I remember being with a friend, and like I saw the news and I was like, I gotta step out of the room for a second. Because I was just like, oh my God. Because this is someone who I grew up listening to and idolizing, and just like,
Yeah. Because
I like,
there's certain people in your life, or that you see sort of in the public eye, that you feel like they should be immortal, but when they go, it's kind of like a kick in the ass to be like, we're not immortal, we're all mortal, we're all owed a death in this life, and you
yeah,
just got to live life every day like it's your last. Like, that's really what it's all about.
yeah, it's just, it was definitely upsetting to see, and it's just, it was a shell shock in that, but
Now,
what he did for guitar, I don't know if anyone will ever contribute to guitar as much as he did.
absolutely. Now, as far as sort of legacies, what do you feel like you want to bring to the table? What do you want people to remember you as, maybe 20, 30 years down the road, as you sort of advance in your career? What do you want people to know you as? The funny guy, the shredder? Like, what's going through your mind? Like, what do you want to bring to the table for the public and for the fans?
That's a that's a good one. I think just 20, 30 years down the line, I just want to, I almost want it to be like a reversal of, like, when a kid gets into guitar and he wants to get into metal or whatever, I want to be, I want to inspire people to pick. Yeah, that's one of my biggest things, is I always thought it was stupid when people, like, will go see a show or something and get jealous or mad or anything. Or, like, people will, like, get mad at, like, say, like, some, like, like these amazing, like, 8-year-old girls who's playing, like, Yngwie Malmsteen on YouTube, and they're killing it, and people are, like, bashing her in the comments because she killed it. I want people to get inspired. You should always get inspired by people. Always.
Positivity. Yes.
You should always. So that's why I think down the road, for my personal sake, I just want to make sure I have, keep having fun with this and just fulfilled to what I want to do. But for other people, as long as they remember me, and, like, positive, but I want to make sure people are inspired to pick up the instrument, because you always want to inspire the next generation of musicians. I think that's what it comes down to.
Sure. And on that note, what do you want to
Yes.
tell? I'm going to steal this question from you, Lisa, because I think it perfectly ties into what we're talking about here.
That's fine. Go right ahead.
I'm teething your question. Sorry.
That's okay.
So what do you want to tell up and coming musicians? On the note of positivity, maybe sort of they lose their steam or they lose their confidence. What would you say to them to instill confidence in them to keep on going and to realize their dreams?
It's just inspiration is tough at times, and I get that. but it's just a matter of playing your instrument and falling in love with it no matter what. There's an Eddie Van Halen, once again I'm going to bring up Eddie Van Halen, and there's a video of him and he goes, you got to practice, or else I'm going to go and find you. I think that's one of the best videos known to men. I think it's just great, and it encapsulates the joy of guitar. You got to practice it, and like you fall in love with it. My dad's always said, when you figure out something new or like something on guitar, it's almost like Christmas again. You're opening a present. It's something new that you've never experienced before, and you help.
Right.
Helps you so much. And like it's music is not only it's not only just amazing like that, and just like it brings people together, but it's such great therapy even.
It is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
And I'm gonna chime out here in a minute, but I have to get my fun question in before I go. And Lisa,
yes.
yeah,
Yes, go for your fun question. You'll
Wanna
love
hear
this, Mickey. You'll love it.
What we do here on Front Row Promotions, we always do like the first half of the show. We love to get to know you as an artist, as a person. The second half of the show, we ask these really fun, funny, obscure questions. So I want to make sure I get this one in before I chime out here and hit the sheets here. But if you were stranded on a desert island, Mickey, what 5 items would you want to bring with you?
Oh my god! All right, this is actually funny because someone recently came up to me at a show.
What 5 guitars you bringing now?
They asked me an island question, and I was like, oh, here we go. It was a good island question though. The island question this guy asked was, you get like a whole band's discography and then just one other album of an artist. And I like that question. That was good. But so 5 items I could bring. All right. Well, you got to bring a guitar.
Now, I overheard you said you had about 50 of them in your collection. If you were to bring one of those with you, which one would it be?
So I'm limited to one. All right. It's I have it. I should have brought it up here. I have it downstairs. It's this black Charvel, and it has beautiful red DiMarzio pickups in it, and I've been playing it. It's on the cover of Defiance. It's on the cover of Freezing Speed. That guitar is my rock. I love that thing. Oof. As far as 2 goes, I hate to say it, as much as I am, I'm addicted to my phone a bit at times.
Yeah, me too.
And so, I think if I had my phone, I can text my girlfriend, I can order DoorDash. They could throw a DoorDash at the island. I don't know.
There you go. That'd be perfect.
3. This is tough. You know what? I'm gonna say weights because I'm a bit of a gym guy, so I gotta get some weights with me just so I can keep in shape and keep myself mentally okay. 4. What people don't know about me I actually grew up playing ice hockey. Before I was a guitarist, I was like competitive ice hockey.
Wow.
Actually, what made me switch to guitar was I got a really bad concussion, and I couldn't really come out of my room or anything, but I remember there was a guitar in my room, and I just remember picking it up and being like, "Oh, this is what I want to do."
So let me sort of sidetrack you for a second. So if you played ice hockey back in the day, is this something that you still follow? Like, do you still watch the NHL or any of that?
Yeah, I'm still like in like. So I'm a huge. I don't know. I'm a huge New York Islander fan. I've always been since I was like 3. And so, like, I belong to, like, the supporter groups. Like, the amount of times I've been, like, I'm going to Florida with a bunch of my buddies in October to go see them play.
Oh, wow.
Right there, just because we're like, why not? It'll be fun.
That's cool.
I'm, even, I could turn the camera around. I'm not going to because it's a little bit of a mess. But, like one thing I love is hockey jerseys. So, like, in that closet right there, like, facing that, there's about, like, 20 Islander jerseys.
Holy smokes.
I'm still, like... During the season, my emotional state depends on if they're winning or losing. It's awful. It's awful. I don't recommend it. But it's my thing, and I love it.
I was only asking because I've been a diehard Leaf fan for as long as I can remember. So it's always fun to hear, what other teams everybody else is interested in, and if we're rivalries. Like, so, okay, you're safe. You can be my friend. You're an Islander fan. It's all good.
I'm not butthurt about the whole John Tavares thing.
No, it's okay.
I'm not
all right. So item number 5, Mickey, what do you got for us?
This has to be items, right? Not people.
It could be people. It could be items.
I feel like it's cheating if it's people, because then I'm going to say someone, and then someone's going to be like, why didn't you say me?
Oh.
So I'm going to go ahead and just exclude people. That is tough. I got that 5th. You know what? I'm bringing my dog. That's who I'm bringing.
Oh,
I'm bringing my dog. Screw people. I want my dog.
what kind of dog do you have?
There you go.
What kind of dog do you have?
I have a corgi.
Oh, so cute.
He walked around before he went out. He's doing his own thing now.
Oh,
That is so cute.
sometimes
Alrighty.
I put mine on the show. And she's laying down now, but maybe before the show's over, I'll grab her and show her. Her name's Chloe. Yeah.
All right. Well, well, before I go, just thank you, Lisa, for allowing me to chime in. Mickey,
Yes.
it's a pleasure to meet you and talk to you. Although you can't see me right now, I'm like I said, I'm under the weather. But talented. Just keep on going, and don't ever be uninspired, because you got talent. And I can always say I knew you when. So when you become Eddie Van Halen, don't forget us, okay?
Thank you so much. Feel better too.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Lisa.
Yes.
Love you, and we'll chime in a little bit later.
Love you too. Feel better, and I'll talk to you afterwards.
Absolutely. All right, guys. Enjoy the rest of the show.
You too. Bye-bye. All right. So I was thinking, this earlier, like you're the Van Halen of today, plus some times 10. Yes. Oh my Lord. When I used to go when I'm in high school, and we used to have these they were jean. I don't think they make them anymore, but they were jean fabric that would cover the notebook, the binders. You opened the 3 binders, the 3, click binder thingies.
Yeah.
And I still have it somewhere around here, but I would do the VH, and I'm in school and I'm doodling, I'm listening, but I'm drawing the V.
Yeah.
That's how much they touch my heart. Yeah. That's the passion. Love the music.
Exactly.
Absolutely. So how do you practice at a time, like maybe at a day or so, or tell me your system?
All right. So I used to have I think this is where, as just I've gotten busier and busier, it's been a little, I'll be honest, it's been a little harder for me to practice lately, because I feel like when I do pick up the guitar, I'm doing so much projects now that it's learning songs. If I'm not learning, I'm writing.
Okay.
If I'm not writing, I'm playing out. So it's like, I still like to learn as much as possible. It's just I don't have as much time as I would like to learn. But I used to have very, like, when I would say about like year 2 into like playing guitar, it would be like ridiculous hours. It would just be me just like playing nonstop, learning nonstop.
Got you.
And I think that's what, because it inspires you so much, and you're just like, you're seeing progress, and you're just like, this is amazing.
Oh, that's good. It's like once you learn this, they're like, oh, wow, I did this one. Let me
Yeah.
do another one. I love that. That is perfect. I always had a question. Whenever I would go out to the shows and I see all the musicians, and they have these floor pedals and they tap the pedals, and I'm like, what is that? I'd like to know how it all works. What does it do?
All right.
Does it do?
Yeah, so those are pedals. Those are just effects. So like,
okay.
And so they just like, you have your raw tone, and then you have stuff that adds on. Usually what I just use a Helix multi system. So it's just like, it processes everything through that. So like, I used to be into it with buying all the pedals and stuff. It's just like, after a while, like, especially with what I'm going to be doing in the future, it's way too much work.
Right.
So that's why I'm just like, but like, so what that is, for instance, like if you hear my tone phases in and out of it.
Yeah.
That's like a phaser on there. Like Eddie's popular for using a phaser.
Oh, okay.
But so that's usually what all that is.
Oh, okay. So it's like the visual or the effects.
It's effect. Yeah.
The effects. Yeah. I got you. When you do your practice, how long did it take did you get calluses on your fingers?
I did. Now, I guess I don't really notice them at this point. Like,
Okay.
My fingers used to be shredded. Now, like, not really. Like, they're just
Right.
normal at this point. I'm just used to it, I guess.
Right. I guess after a point in time, it gets kind of numb or so, right?
Yeah, I would probably describe it as that. It's just, I'm just numb at this point.
Oh, okay. I have a couple guitars. One day I may learn how to use it. I want to learn some type of musical instrument because I just love music but you make it look so easy. I love how you play.
Well, it's just such a good thing to pick up, just music in general. It's just because it's so fun. It's so fun. You get creative.
It does. It looks it. Yeah. You make it look extremely fun out there, and I'd love to see you in concert. Where are you from?
So I'm from Long Island, New York.
Okay.
So this is, right now this is where I've been just working out of, just playing all my shows and stuff. Very soon that's going to change.
Yeah.
But so for now, Long Island. But soon I can say it's definitely changing.
Changing to the good, like you're going to be touring.
I am going to be touring.
Yay!
I can't say who yet. I can say it's in Europe.
York. Wow. Okay. Okay. Wow. I was going to say, you coming to Baltimore? I'm not too far from New York. Come to Baltimore first.
So just for now, we're playing. I'm playing Long Island, but I've joined a new band, which I'm not going to say too much about yet because I have yet to be announced and stuff.
Right. Yeah.
In December, I'm going to be in Europe.
Wow, that is so cool. I'm so happy for you. Awesome. Got to keep in touch. Let me know the tidbits.
Yeah, totally.
Give me some video, Yeah. I'll promote it. Put it all on my page. And that's another thing, too. You're welcome to put whatever you want on Front Row Promotions.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. I'm going to go to the board now and see who's saying anything comment-wise. Sometimes I can see who's saying, who can't. Yep. So Susan Burton is Candy's mom. And she loves watching these shows, and she's a major supporter and everything. So she said, good evening and cheers. Mm-hmm. And then she said, who is your favorite guitarist?
Yeah. So just to revise on that, Eddie, I'm just going to say number one, Eddie Van Halen.
Eddie Van Halen, yes.
Eddie, it's always Eddie.
There you go. And then somebody that I don't know who posted said, awesome. I'm not sure who. Sometimes it'll show who's posting, and then someone.
Yeah, sometimes
That's okay. And then Susan said, "What are your thoughts of Alexi Leho, R.I.P.?"
Oh, yeah, great guitar player, absolutely great. He's phenomenal.
Oh, now who is that person? It doesn't sound familiar to me.
He's a guitar player. He's absolutely great.
Oh, okay. And then Erica Lusos, did I pronounce that right?
Yes.
Okay, keep putting the positive out there. And then she said Islander jersey. There you go. Okay. Now my daughter was just giving me a note. So I have some other So I have some other questions here about the guitar. Remember I said I had some guitar questions. What are the 3 qualities that make a good guitarist? And this will also be good for guitarists who are just starting out and would like to know what you do. You'd like to give them advice.
Okay. I think. All right. Yeah, I got 3. All right. So first, I'm going to say phrasing. How your phrasing is, I feel like can shape your playing a lot, because you can make a phrase stand out, which can just capture a listener's ear.
Okay.
I think feel's huge, because when someone has incredible feel, it's just, it manipulates people with how good of a feel can be.
Oh,
And
okay.
I think 3 is open mind. You have to be open to everything. Never, I think the key to music sometimes is loving everything.
Right.
And even if you don't love it, respect it.
That's a
Like,
perfect. I love that. If
like
you don't
because
love it, respect it. Oh, I love that, Mickey.
like, for instance, like one thing I was huge into, like I would from Jackie, was like jazz fusion is one thing I got into. And it's like it shapes your playing different. Blues, it's all these different things to take.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm a huge metalhead, but what's great about metal is I can go to other genres, take some of their stuff, and bring it back to what I do.
There you go. Put it in the mix. Mix
Exactly.
it up. Yeah, that is awesome. I love it. Like, I grew up country. When I was 12, I saw Alice Cooper in concert with my cousin, my crazy cousin Chucky. He turned me on to rock and roll, and I've been rock and roll ever since.
Yeah.
But do I still like country? Yes. But
Yeah.
do I listen to it? Sometimes. But I'm more so on I'm heavy metal like you. And so I like a lot of different genres, but my favorite is what you do, and what you play is, oh my Lord, you rip it up. I love it. I can listen to that. I can listen to your music every day.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Um, so what 3 qualities? I asked you that question. I just double excuse me. Yeah. What's the most important thing you need to know about the guitar? Your guitar.
That it's an extension of you.
Awesome.
I think that's the biggest thing, is you treat the guitar as an extension of you.
Awesome. It's a part of you, because you're going to be playing that, and you have to be comfortable with where you're and it's you.
Yeah, I like to.
It's you.
It's whatever emotions you face, this is the extension. You put it into it.
I like it.
When I'm having fun at a show, you can see it. And it's just, you're ripping. When you're a little bit more sad, you're able to just groove a bit more. It's just, whatever you're facing, this thing is also facing.
Got you. Yeah. I got you. Because when you're really happy, you're throwing it around, you're doing stuff like that. And like you said, when you're grooving, it's a slower kind of action.
It's all feel. It's all feel.
All feeling. Yes. That is perfect. What makes a guitarist unique?
Ooh, I feel like there's a lot of things. Well, I think sound is obviously going to be a huge thing, but and I think this differs for a lot of people. But for me, I think sound and look. I think look is obviously not the end all be all, but when someone has a very good look to them, and like, I would rather go see someone who's an okay guitar player look like they're having fun all day than someone who's sitting up there and like is phenomenal, but just like looks like they don't want to be there.
Right, they're just going with the motions. Like, okay, here I am.
Genuinely have passion for it,
Right. Show something. You're up there giving the audience a show. They want to see you do something with it. Yeah, I got you. What are some of your long-term goals?
Oof. I just want to keep doing what I'm doing, of just, staying in the business, writing music, touring, all the things that come with being a studio musician. That's what I love, and that's what I want to do with my life. Music is great, and that's why, this is what I'm pursuing, and this is what I love. And that's why I think my long-term goal is to just keep doing what I'm doing,
Absolutely.
Just be even more successful.
Exactly. Just one step, then there's another step, and you just keep climbing and keep going.
You can always be better. You can always.
That's right. That's right. I love your positivity, because I'm so positive, and I just love your answers. It's perfect. Collaborations. Who would you like to collaborate with? Have you collaborated with any other artists?
Okay, so who would I like to collaborate with, and who have I collaborated with? I'm gonna go with have collaborated with first. I've done with Force was with Jackie Vincent,
Okay.
and then Dive Bar, Jailbreak, and then something else coming, which I'm not gonna say too much about yet, or with Carla.
Okay.
As far as who I'd love to collaborate with, there's so many people. Good question. You know, one person I always want to ask, I definitely have to ask soon, is do you know the band Santa Cruz?
Yes.
I think Archie Cruz would be fun to do something with, just like a fun party song, or something like he would be fun to like pick and just like let's just rip. As far as if I were to do like techno again, someone like Paul Gilbert would like absolutely like that. I know that's a long shot, but like if like you got like Paul Gilbert, I'd be like, oh my god.
That is cool. That is cool. There's one guy, young man that I interviewed on my show. I think it was last week, and his name is Kobe Reese, and he's 11, just turned 12, and he's an amazing drummer. He sings, performs, he does all kind of stuff. And I was just thinking, I see you're playing with the, how you ripping it up with the guitar. He's excellent on the drums, and I'm like, I think I posted it and I sent it to you, but I just see it in my head, like for you guys to collaborate somewhere in your paths. It would be so nice if you could meet and collaborate something together.
Yeah, it'd be cool. Oh, also, I forgot to mention Joe Marcel was on one of my projects.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
He was on that, yeah.
Yes. But if there's some way you guys could collaborate, make something happen, just have a jam session or something, that would be, oh my God, that would be over the moon for me. Kobe Reese and Mickey Lyxx, I would be like, yay, all over the place. Come to front row. You both can come to front row at the same time and talk. I'll bring you both on. Again, and you're more than welcome. And you're coming back again, Mickey.
I look forward to it.
Yes, indeed. Have you taught anyone how to play guitar?
So I do give lessons here and there, and I want to start actually more as of recent. I'm looking to start it more back up.
Okay.
I've taught very little. Like I've taught, but not like I haven't been like consistent with teaching. But I love teaching. I think it's because it's great to see someone else's passion light up.
Yes. And to play and to learn, and they can learn like you what your style is. Oh, that would be so cool.
Yeah, I think it's too when you teach someone, not only are they learning, but you're kind of learning too.
Yeah.
So I think that's the gift of it.
That's true. Very true. Don't worry, Mickey. We have a boatload more questions.
Awesome.
Yes. Actually, I think if you want, we could take this breather. If you want to play, with answering questions, but if you want to play some songs, how about playing my favorite one? What's it called? Forza.
I could definitely take a crack at it. It might be a little bit hard just because I don't have Jackie here.
Oh, okay.
But
I'll use the video for that one then.
Yeah, but you know what? I will. I'll definitely play something. You know what? I'll play you guys. I'll play actually my debut single.
Okay. Oh, good.
So I'll play you guys Defiance.
That's a good one too. Oh, what's the other one? Psycho.
I play that too, but I kind of need Joe for that. That's the only thing. Also, I'm gonna be honest.
Okay, that's fine. I do
have to go over that one a bit. It's been a little bit since I've played it live, so I do have to kind of remember my own song on this one.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Sorry for the noise. Okay.
All right.
it up now.
Awesome.
All right, so this is Defiance. This was my first single, and you can stream this anywhere on Apple. Really pushing Spotify right now, so I would love if you guys give Spotify some love.
Spotify, okay, you got it.
But yeah, so this is my debut single, and this was also on the album too, Freezing Speed.
This is. Oh, okay. So you just have
Oh wait, I'm out of tune. Sorry.
That's okay.
We got a little bit out of the tune problem. There we go. Okay, we're good. Forgot what tuning this guitar was in. Okay. We're ready now. We're ready. Okay, let's restart this.
All right. Yeah. Awesome. Yes.
Go to the next one.
Okay. I love that. Oh, so
That-
so cool. Yes, you're welcome. We could play the. I want everybody to see that song, my favorite song, the Forza. So we can take a moment. You okay?
Yeah.
We can play that one. Okay. So let's. I want everybody to see that. You are. Oh my God, absolutely amazing playing here in front row. I love it. And awesome. This song I want everybody to see. As I had it set up ready to go. Now look what's going on. I go to the back. There we go. There we go. Oh, it took me completely out of it. All right. We'll get there. All right. I'm gonna go through the whole thing. Yes, we know it. You're YouTube, and here we go. All right. And I'm gonna turn you around. My favorite song. I love this one.
Thank you.
So much energy. Wow, how fast? Look at that. Woo! Woo! Yeah. Oh my God. Hell yeah. So what's this stuff? Wow. Here's another good one. I can't get enough of it. Woo! It's like your style of writing. What goes through your head and writing that is amazing. Oh my Lord.
It's I don't know. It's just it kind of just as anything. It just kind of you're just sitting around, you're noodling, you're playing, you come up with ideas, and you're like, oh, that sounds kind of cool.
Wow. It just comes to you and you're like, oh, I got it, and it's just 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
You're amazing, Mickey.
Thank
You're
you.
just absolutely amazing. Oh, and you have my heart. Oh, the passion and the music. I'm so glad I found you. And I was just scrolling through Facebook and I'm like, and I saw that, and I'm
Yeah.
like, who is that? I gotta have him on front row. I have to. So we made the connection, and here we are. Oh my lordy! You know how they say you when you get the goosebumps when you hear good music? Well, guess what?
Oh,
It's all over me. My legs are like ah. I have
thank
shorts on, and my arms are like goosebumps. The good goosebumps. On the board, Michael Lusso said, "What strings do you use?"
So I am an Elixir artist, so I use all Elixir strings. They're great. They last like 10 times longer than any other string. And then
Wow,
the sweetest people there. They just absolutely are.
they're more powerful. They're durable. They're better than anything you ever had used.
Exactly.
Honestly,
My biggest example of that was I remember rehearsing once, and I had I forgot what it was. I was playing during rehearsal, and I went too hard, and I snapped a string. It happens, and so I
that
had
yeah.
Elixir's on, but I didn't have just like a normal like Elixir high E, so I had to use like a Ernie ball, and
Okay,
I played this whole rehearsal. And the next day, I pick up this guitar, and the guitar's playing great. But when I come to the E string, the E string is like filthy, like it's just rusted and just like from just a day of me playing it. And like
right,
I get a bit when I'm playing, like that just happens.
right.
And so just like the string didn't handle it well, and it was just like I was like, yeah, this is the prime example of why I use Elixirs because like if I'm on any other set, it'll last me maybe 2 weeks, a week. Whereas
Oh,
like the lectures last me like as far as like 5, 6 months.
oh, okay. That's
Yeah.
that's really good. Yeah. So, what do you do? Is there a process of how you clean your guitars? I know you have to do something with the strings, right?
So
Or
I'm not very tempted. So when it comes to that, I'm just a good old cloth and like spray. I don't I gig so much that honestly sometimes I just really forget to. And they still look great.
that's what you have
Sometimes,
to do.
like I have one guitar that
Yeah.
I play with out a lot, and it's just like the amount of times I have to clean that thing because it gets filthy because of the salt in the air and stuff. It's like
That's true. Yeah, it depends on where you play and things
exactly
like that. Yeah. And like what is it called the pickups at the bottom?
these are the pickups.
Those are pickups, yeah. So sometimes they can get kind of oily or whichever.
Yeah, that I don't really have problems with the pickups as much as it's just I gotta make sure the guitar's clean.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. So cool. Now, do you also play the acoustic at times or no times or sometimes?
I do pick up. I play the acoustic more than I think people actually know that I do.
Right.
Because as much as I think it's fun writing a lot of instrumental and stuff, it's a different type of writing. I feel when you're on the acoustic, it's different, and like you're
Right.
stripping you're more simple, but your words mean more, and it's just kind of cool. I really like playing on acoustic. I always have fun. Like usually at like night, like around this time, it's always I'll pick up my acoustic and I'll just play.
Right. Is it like a softer edge kind of
Yeah,
feel?
I mean, sometimes I'm fooling around. I'll pick it up and then I'll just start going. But like, but like, most of the time it's not that. But it's just I don't know. It's so relaxing to play on. They're just so nice, and that's why I really love acoustic. And like eventually, like one thing that I'd love to do is just like release like some type of EP or something that's acoustic.
Gotcha. Now, do you sing as well?
I do. At live shows, it's where I mostly sing. I still have yet to make the crossover, but that's ending soon with singing on one of my songs. I've never done that before. Like on
Oh,
I didn't do it because I just wasn't confident enough in my voice. I just didn't. just didn't think I was ready yet. Whereas now that's starting to change, and it's gonna you're gonna hear my voice on something soon.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah. Now, do you play any other instruments? Like, can you play the drums or any other
I'm very
instruments?
not good on the drums, and then on bass, I get it. For my records, I get it done.
Right.
I'm not like a fluent, like excellent bass player. I'm just like, what's the rhythm? Okay, cool. I'll lay it down. Like that's it. I'm not, like I don't think I'd go out of my way to play bass.
But to pick up your guitar and do your what you do.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's where it's at for me. I love the guitar, so it's just everything's always guitar.
that's you. That has your name on it, like you were saying earlier. It's you. It has your name on it. Awesome. Now, if you weren't playing guitar, what where do you think you would be right now? Like into getting into something different, what would it be?
Ooh. Tough.
That's a scary thought, isn't it?
This is where I don't really
No.
know. It's like I stopped playing competitive ice hockey because of an injury. And if I didn't play guitar, I don't really know where I'd pick up from there. I guess that's where the path's a little unclear. Like, I don't want to sit here and say I'd like stay competitive with hockey because I wasn't into it anymore.
Right. You just kind of lost your touch with that.
So, like,
Yeah.
I don't really know where I'd be without it. I have no clue. I'd probably just, I don't know.
But this Mickey Lyxx with the guitar. Yes. You would be playing your guitar, giving lessons, doing this is your what's the word I'm looking for? This is your calling. This is what you're supposed to be doing in life.
I like to think that.
Well, you're amazing at what you do. I can't say that enough. And amazing is just a mild word compared to what I want to say. You're amazing times infinity, if I can say that. Absolutely. So back to the fun questions. My fun question would be to you is, if you could get into a hot tub, we'll say hot tub to set the dial to go anywhere in time, where are you going?
Ooh. Good question. I'm not one of those people that's like, I had this guy. I forgot who I like yelled at recently. I think I yelled at my girlfriend because I hate this statement. I hate when people say, I was born in the wrong generation. I was. You're born in your generation for a reason. But I think if I'm going back to any year, I think I'm going back to 1984.
Awesome.
Just because just so many like phenomenal albums were released in that year.
Absolutely.
Like so much. I'm just off the top of my head, like 1984 Van Halen. Out of the Cellar, Rat, if I'm not mistaken. Was Power Slave released in 84? Power Slave might have been released in 84. And just
84
so many.
Is a good year.
So it's just like, and that's the year I pick.
Yep. One more time.
That just has to be the year I pick.
Yes, that's a perfect year. Anywhere in the 80s is the best.
Yeah.
I lived through it. I loved it. It was perfect.
Yeah, definitely.
If I could get in that time machine, that's where I'm heading to.
Yeah, definitely. It's the golden age of metal.
Yes, it sure is. So what is on your bucket list?
As much as I'm really excited, I think U.S. tour would be something that I think U.S. tour with specifically my own act, I think would be really cool.
That would be amazing.
Just because of how tight I am. Like, one of my best friend is my drummer. Me and him get along so well, and it's just
Oh,
so that's why like to like not only witness this for me, but like to witness it for him, just to have him do this with me.
right.
Amazing, and just to like see all of the United States and just do what I love. I couldn't act. So that's probably
Absolutely.
that's definitely a bucket list thing for me. Is I want to get that done. As far as
Awesome.
else goes, I don't really know because I think for a while there I've always set goals for myself, and I've been slow. Like one of my biggest things was releasing music, and when I did that, I was like, oh my god. Even like just like getting these endorsements with Charvel, Lyxx, FU Tone. It's been like, it's just like each time I get them, I'm like, whoa. It's like
Wow.
I got Charvel, like I was like really taken back because it's just like this is something that like I dreamed of.
Yeah, absolutely. That's perfect.
Yeah. So I'd say just biggest thing is like I'd love to go on a U.S. tour. That's probably something really fun to do.
Right.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So, do you have a famous quote, something that you like to say, or something that you say a lot?
Something that I say a lot, or that I wouldn't say I like have like a line that I use.
Yeah.
My favorite, I guess, famous quote. I'm bringing up again. I feel bad for him. I'm really bringing up Eddie Van Halen a lot right now, but I'm bringing it up because it was my because it was my high school. I put it as my senior quote.
Yes.
I put my senior quote was, "I'm just a punk kid who plays guitar," and it's an Eddie Van Halen quote.
Oh.
I think like when I was like everyone was like sitting around and thinking of that, I'm like thinking of their quotes. I'm like, how do I not do that one?
Is that what that's what Eddie Van Halen had said?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Aw. Let's see. So I think we covered your dreams. This is what you want to do, and you're going to continue it and take it as far as you can go.
Mm-hmm.
What was your first concert? The first concert you went to?
That's a good one. I think I'm gonna say it was 28. It took me a while. I never really went to a concert until 2018. It was my first, and I would argue is one of my best. And I've been to a lot of shows since, but it's just because the bands I love. It was Iron Maiden at the Barclays Center, and the opening act was Ghost.
Oh wow!
And so that was so I went into that not knowing who Ghost was, ended up loving them, and I already loved the Maiden. So those are like two bands that I was just like, this is so cool.
Absolutely, that's Candy's favorite band is Ghost.
I just saw them recently at UBS Arena, and I was just like, me and my drummer went last minute, like maybe 5 hours before the show. I texted, yo, you got work today? He's like, yeah. I'm like, that's too bad. Call out. We're going.
We're going no matter what. Yeah.
It was so fun.
Oh, it's so cool.
They're a really good band, and they're a band that values that whole, as much it is the music, it's also a show.
Exactly. Yeah. They put on that nice show. Yeah. I never knew who Ghost was, and we were all on the Metal Summit, and they were talking, and well, I wasn't on the Metal Summit. I was watching it, and I heard them talking. Me and Candy were talking amongst ourselves, and I was like, who is Ghost? Because they were talking about Ghost, and then that's how I knew of them. And then I got to hear some of their songs, and I'm like, wow, yeah.
Yeah.
So I can just imagine. I think she just went to a Ghost show.
Yeah, they've been touring the States. So
yeah, she did. So. What's that?
They've been touring the States. So I was
touring the States. Yeah, she is in Canada.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, I think it's Oshawa. Yeah, Oshawa, Canada. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So when you travel, put that in your travel plans and go out there, and hopefully she can see you too.
Sweet, yeah.
Awesome. What would you tell someone that's just starting out in the business? What would be your advice?
That's a good question. Just starting in with the business. I think it would be very much as much it is pushing your craft, push other people's craft. Making sure your craft is perfected, of course. But as much as it is, getting into what you do, you have to also give back to your community and support your friends. I mean, some of my closest friends are also in bands, and I love going and seeing them play. And then they come out to your shows, and you make good friends with that way. And
Absolutely.
I think it helps grow the following. It's just, I think, just be open-minded. Really, I think that's what it comes down to.
What do you feel is the best song that you released and why?
This is okay. So I have two. One is Forza, just because I think Forza was just like, it was. I actually, it's so embarrassing. I have like things on my phone, like I have Snapchat, and I have like you can like save your Snapchats and like have them in your stuff, and like I'm actually just getting them now from a year ago. Of like me just like losing it angry because it took me a week to get the Forza solo. It took me like a week of just like I had it written, I just couldn't play. It was the one song that I ever recorded.
Oh, okay.
That pushed me to my limits so much that I was just like, and then when it came down to playing it, I was like, oh, how am I gonna play this thing live? But I remember just like that took me a week, that song, but I think that's why I love that song so much is because everything else in that song came together beautifully. It was very fun to record. It was just when it came down to the recordings, like the solos, it made me I had to test myself because it was like you're gonna be honest with Jackie. Jackie's not pulling back. You can't pull back. You have to show that you can do this.
Exactly.
That was really fun. And then my second would be Fester. Fester came together in a span of 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, I like that one.
And the first week it was because I forgot I was exposed to COVID. I didn't have it. I was just exposed, so I had to like stay home and I couldn't do anything. But so I remember. Me and my dad were just sitting and we were working on it, and just like I remember it came together relatively very easy, and it was just. It was one of my favorite videos, if not my favorite video to do. And it's just like it holds a special place in my heart. I can't really explain why, it just does.
Right. I got you. Yeah, it just touched you that way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. If you could travel with someone, a famous musician, and he would be part of the band for like a week or so, who would you want to travel with you?
This is any musician.
Anybody.
Ooh, that's tough. I feel like I gotta pick someone who's fun,
Yeah.
As much as this is like a different answer, I think I gotta pick my drummer.
There you go.
My drummer Steve. If anyone's watching, please go give him love and support and everything. His name's Steve McQueen. He's phenomenal.
Okay.
I think I don't have, I feel like as much as it'd be fun, I don't have chemistry with anyone else. Like with him, I have like this fun chemistry, and I think if we just went out and just partied on like or touring or whatever, it would be so much fun that he has to be my pick. He has to.
Right.
Yeah. So I don't see why I pick anyone else. It has to be him.
It would be him. And what's his name? Steve what?
Steve McQueen.
Steve McQueen. Oh, okay. Very cool. Very cool. Would you like to play another song for us?
Sure.
Awesome.
You know what? All right. Let me pick a good one here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Let's see. Okay. All right. So I think I'll do. You know what? I can do it. So I'll do it. I'll do
What song?
I'm gonna do Forza. It's gonna be tough without Jackie, but I'll just pause when he's supposed to solo.
Oh, okay.
I'll get it done. It'll be good.
Yeah.
All right, I gotta be ready because this is right off. All right. All right. Do it. Oh, it's not the right one. I got the right one. Okay.
I love this stuff. Yes. Woo! Oh man. Wow. Yes. How do you get through like a whole night of that with wow.
After a while, I think you just get used to it.
You just get used to it. Yeah. Whew. My goodness, it takes so much energy. So much energy. Super amazing. Ah. I got another message coming in. Sometimes I can't see it on the board. Oh, okay. Susan Burton said she would love to see you live. So would I.
Oh.
She said you're fabulous. You're just, oh my God, you're amazing. Beyond amazing. Well, I think we're just, I've lost all my words. You're just, oh my God.
Thank you so much.
Wow. Yeah. Super wow. You are welcome. And oh my Lordy. So is there anything else you would like to say? Talk to your fans. Anything that you want to tell anybody?
It's just I appreciate everyone. I love I love hearing back from everyone. I love seeing everyone at the shows, and it's been so much fun. It's I appreciate every single one of everyone who just supports. I'm thankful for Charvel, Elixir, FU Tone. People like, for instance, one of the promoters I have, Dave Black. He very much helps us out with getting us some shows. It's just been so much fun. I couldn't be more grateful for the journey we've been on.
Awesome, awesome. And it's just, I love your positivity, and you're super, super cool. And I enjoyed having you on Front Row Promotions. I think I've asked you everything I could ask you. You're more than welcome to come back. I would love to have you on the show, definitely. I know Candy would love to have you when she can be here, because I know she's got like a boatload of questions, and then all of us together, we just have a good time. So,
Totally, yeah.
So I don't want to say goodbye, but I know it's getting late, and and everything. You must have other things to do, and I gotta let the dog out. She didn't even come up to see you. You want to see my doggy? I want to see
Sure. Let's
hang on tight. I want to show you my doggy.
Okay.
We call her the rock and roll dog. Rock and roll Chloe. Say hi. Say hi, Mickey. Say hi.
That's so cute.
She likes kisses. She'll like right there my nose. Chihuahuas just loves licking the noses for some reason, right? Yeah. Say hi. Yeah. All right. Say bye. Yeah, she's got many different other names too. So, but awesome. Boo Boo, Chloe, whatever she comes to. Yeah. But I don't want to let you go. But of course, we have to go at some point in time. But I enjoyed every moment of this interview with you.
Well, thank you so much for inviting me on. It was so much fun.
You're welcome. You're welcome. If you want to stay on, we can talk a moment. I'll do the closing features here, and then we can go along with everything else, and we'll say goodbye to everybody. So thank you for coming to Front Row Promotions. Thank you, Mickey Lyxx, for coming to Front Row Promotions and having a good talk with me here. We enjoyed every moment. Candy, when she chimed in as well. And thank you, Susan, and everyone else who had questions and had anything to say. Thank you so much. Music, support music in the making, and support music everywhere. Awesome. And get those horns up. Yes. Thank you so much, Mickey.
Thank you for inviting me on. It was such a pleasure.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And I am going to close out, and then we'll still talk for a moment if you like.
Sweet.
All right. And hang on there just a minute. Okay. And here we go. Bye now. Let me get the